This courtroom session takes place during a scheduled preliminary examination in a Michigan trial court. The environment is procedural and professional, with the typical configuration of a judicial hearing bench, legal counsel, and parties, appearing either in person or via remote connection. While the tone begins with mild disorganization due to logistical issues, the atmosphere remains largely cooperative and solution-focused as the court works through the matter. Involving defendant Brandon Carter, presiding over the hearing is an unnamed judge who displays both patience and practicality in handling the unexpected absence of the defendant. Throughout the hearing, the judge maintains control of the courtroom and applies pressure when necessary to ensure compliance with court protocols. Though not overly stern, the judge does express concern when it becomes clear that the defendant is not physically present despite the seriousness of the hearing scheduled. The judge is clearly experienced, carefully considering whether to allow proceedings via remote participation or require a formal adjournment. Brandon Carter, the subject, under review, is not physically present in the courtroom but appears via remote connection. The explanation offered by his attorney indicates that Mr. Carter was released from custody in Wayne County but was unable to return to the jurisdiction due to restrictions placed by the authorities there. According to his legal team, efforts were made to bring him in person, but logistical barriers and timing interfered. Mr. Carter seems initially uncertain about the waiver process but ultimately confirms that he understands his rights and agrees to proceed without a preliminary examination. Representing Mr. Carter is an engaged and candid defense attorney who clearly communicates with the court about the situation. The attorney advocates for a 1-week adjournment at first, expressing that the defendant will appear in person if needed. However, upon realizing that the judge might not permit such a delay or transfer the case to a different courtroom, counsel shifts strategy and guides Mr. Carter through waiving the preliminary examination remotely. The defense demonstrates flexibility and focus, emphasizing the best interests of the client throughout. The prosecution is cooperative and raises no objections to the remote waiver or the procedural path chosen. They respond succinctly and agree to move the case forward, assisting the court in ensuring that the legal steps are completed appropriately. As the session progresses, bond issues are briefly addressed. There is some confusion over whether a previously set bond amount, either $10,000 or $1,000 at 10%, was properly posted. The judge expresses concern that the bond may not have been fulfilled and mentions a previous unrelated case where a similar issue resulted in a defendant being released despite outstanding obligations. While the issue is not resolved in this session, the judge notes that the matter will carry forward and may become the responsibility of the future presiding judge. The session, though initially disrupted, concludes in an orderly manner. The preliminary examination is formally waived, and the case is bound over to circuit court. A future pretrial date is established, and all parties appear aligned on the next steps. While the courtroom moment included unexpected obstacles, the collective efforts of the attorneys and the bench ensured that due process was upheld without unnecessary delay. Welcome to our channel, where we provide carefully edited educational segments from publicly available courtroom live streams. Our mission is to promote legal understanding and public awareness by showcasing real court proceedings with respectful, insightful commentary. These videos highlight the structure, tone, and responsibilities that shape courtroom environments, giving viewers a front row seat to how legal systems operate day to day. Each case features individuals we respectfully refer to as participants, subjects under review, or parties in the hearing. Our commentary avoids sensationalism and focuses on clarity, context, and procedural fairness. By spotlighting both routine and high-stakes moments, we aim to help viewers learn about legal rights, courtroom conduct, and the judicial process. As a whole, whether you're interested in the law, public service, or simply how justice is administered, this channel offers a thoughtful and informative perspective into courtroom life. Thank you for watching and learning with us.
But no.
I'm here. I'm here.
But no, there's a thing, Judge, there's a thing, trust me. So we have decided to, ultimately we're going to waive it. So we're adjourning for the waiver.
Right here.
please. Pretty, please.
What do you mean
So he's going to waive his exams.
today?
Why?
Yes, if you're going to allow it, Your Honor, we'll waive the exams today if you're going
Why
to allow
isn't
it.
he here?
So,
Because this is a
Mr.
preliminary exam day.
I understand that, Your Honor. Mr. Carter, how to say this? So he had some things to deal with in Wayne. They picked him up. When they released him, they wouldn't bring him back here because remember he came here. He was staying at the Lannis, and so he had to go back to Wayne. And then they were like, "We don't want you." Basically, they tethered him there and wouldn't allow him to come back up here. And we found this out this morning, and I spoke to the prosecutor about what was happening. And it's my understanding he's okay with adjourning this so we can waive it, or we can do the waiver with him on Zoom.
Is he
Please.
waiving everything up to circuit?
He's waiving everything up to circuit. Everything's going to go up.
Your name, sir?
Brandon Carter.
All right. You're waiving your right to have a preliminary examination in both of these matters?
I don't want to. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, yes. My
Which
lawyer
is
knows
why we
what
were adjourning it, Your Honor.
He needs to be here. I mean,
I don't want to do the bus thing.
you know what? It's like the third case of the bus.
He's not on the bus because when he called me this
No, I
morning.
can see that.
Okay.
There aren't trees going past the window.
So
Oh.
when we spoke this morning, we discussed what had happened and why he wasn't here and everything that was going on. He was going to get on the bus, but he was like, if I get, it would have been a repeat of the last time because he's in Detroit. And so, Your Honor, we're asking, can we have a 1 week adjournment? He'll get up here for it. He'll come the day before,
Yeah.
but it'll just simply be for a waiver.
This is set for PE. A 1 week adjournment puts it in front of another judge.
We're not going to hold the preliminary exam. We're going to waive it. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I do, but I just need to get it to circuit court.
But he says he doesn't want to. Because I can do the waiver with him on Zoom. So if he's going to waive, he can do it now. If he's not going to waive, we've got a problem because he's supposed to be here.
I understand that, Your Honor. And
we waive.
we discussed this, Mr. Carter and I discussed it. He discussed it with my office, the reasons for it. I do believe that this would be in my client's best interest, Your Honor.
But he says he doesn't know.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna waive it.
No, so he needs to get here or he needs to wait. Did you want to go and phone him and talk to him?
Mr. Carter, are you going to waive?
I'm gonna waive it. I'm gonna waive it.
All right. So you're waiving your right to have a preliminary examination in both of these cases?
Yeah.
Have you had an adequate opportunity to speak with your attorneys regarding that waiver?
Yes.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them?
Yes.
You understand you will not have that hearing and that you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution?
Yes.
People also waive your right on these cases?
Yes, sir.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on the one count in the 15th District Court matter and on all 4 counts in the 14A2 matter.
Okay.
Your turn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, as to both cases, my client would waive the reading and stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea to all charges. Pretrial will be set for
August 11th, at 1:30 with Judge Hume.
August 11th, 2025, 1:30, Judge Hamud.
I do have a question. I'm looking over the notes in my file. The last one I have from the 13th of May is that the defendant was in Rowe County Jail, and the bond was set at 10,000, 10%. That bond posted.
And I thought he was on.
You said 10,000, 10%?
I know
Is that May 13th?
May 13th.
May 13th, I'm looking at it. I set his bond at 1,010%
Okay. Oh, you know what, you're right, 1,010. But that's,
in both cases.
was that posted?
I don't believe that it was.
My only reason I'm asking now is the court, on a totally unrelated case, we recently had someone who was just let out of the county jail in Wayne, the bond that hadn't been posted here, and that jail didn't seem to mind letting them out of their jail. But I was concerned that a similar situation happened here. Here's it, it hasn't been posted.
Well, I don't know if it's been posted.
It has not been received by Iowa 1481-115, if it was posted.
Your Honor, I will talk to my client about making sure that bond is posted. But again, I will work with him on it. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Well, this may become Judge Amoud's problem at some point. So I'm just going to continue his bond. He's got to get it posted.
We'll get it posted, Your Honor.
He really should be in.
And again, I'm assuming Wayne did the exact same thing. It's
Wayne County.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court does call the case. People versus Kayla Keys.
Dennison on behalf of the people, Your Honor. Your Honor.
This courtroom session involving Brandon Carter serves as a compelling illustration of the legal system's ability to adapt while maintaining order and procedure. Although the defendant was not physically present, the court, defense, and prosecution demonstrated flexibility and professionalism in navigating the situation. The day's objective to determine whether the preliminary examination would proceed or be waived was reached through a mix of legal clarity, honest communication, and judicial discretion. The presiding judge handled the hearing with steady composure and fairness. Despite clear logistical complications regarding the defendant's appearance, the judge refrained from rushing judgment or expressing frustration. Instead, they carefully assessed the options, whether to grant a continuance, conduct the waiver remotely, or transfer the matter to another courtroom. When Mr. Carter eventually confirmed his intention to waive the preliminary examination, the judge ensured that all legal questions were addressed and understood. Their demeanor was patient but firm, and they emphasized the importance of procedural integrity while showing a willingness to accommodate legitimate complications. Brandon Carter. The defendant appeared via remote connection and initially seemed uncertain about the process. His hesitation was evident when asked directly whether he wished to waive his right to a preliminary examination. However, following consultation with his legal counsel, he expressed understanding and consented to proceed. His tone was cooperative, and he did not display hostility or disregard for the court's expectations. While his absence from the courtroom created a delay, his remote presence and eventual clarity helped move the case forward without further disruption. The defense attorney played a pivotal role in keeping the session on track. Initially advocating for a one-week adjournment to allow Mr. Carter to appear in person, counsel quickly adapted when it became clear that the court was inclined to proceed. They effectively communicated with both the judge and their client, ensuring that Mr. Carter understood his rights and the consequences of waiving the preliminary hearing. The attorney's ability to navigate the fluid situation showed both preparedness and sensitivity to the realities of client representation, particularly when clients are dealing with cross-jurisdictional custody matters. The prosecutor remained calm and agreeable, supporting the defense's proposals and ultimately consenting to the waiver. Their cooperative posture contributed to the efficient resolution of the day's goals. Demonstrating the often seen collaboration that can occur between opposing sides in procedural matters, the tone of the courtroom fluctuated between administrative confusion and procedural resolution. While the beginning of the session was marked by questions and uncertainties, especially regarding Mr. Carter's whereabouts and the bond status, the overall atmosphere remained respectful and professional. The judge's decision to proceed with a waiver rather than delay or escalate the situation, reflected a commitment to practical justice. A side issue regarding bond posting also surfaced. The court noted concern that the bonds set in a previous hearing may not have been properly received or recorded, though this issue was not resolved within the session. The judge acknowledged it on record and indicated that it would be addressed further if necessary, particularly if the bond remains outstanding when the case transitions to circuit court. For viewers, this session underscores how even procedural hearings demand careful attention to rights, timelines, and logistics. Courtrooms are not just places of high drama, they are arenas where legal principles meet real-world limitations. Remote appearances, cross-county custody issues, bond confusion are all part of the system's day-to-day function. And today's hearing is a testament to how the court can remain grounded and fair even amid logistical hurdles. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, turning on notifications, and leaving your thoughts below. Your engagement helps us continue to bring educational, respectful coverage of courtroom proceedings to viewers everywhere. Asterisk.